Hi and welcome to another Type with Me. In today's video I want to dive a little bit deeper into React Flow because I think it's a really cool framework to build a lot of possibilities with. And by just knowing what the possibilities are, you can create cool stuff, right? Alright, so React Flash crash course. So I'm not going to go through the website of React Flow there. I'm just going to dive in a little bit deeper into what could be. Yeah? So change to any example you want. So what I want to do here is go first for our basic flow, right? And I'm going to save this, and here our basic flow is actually this. So what do we have? Well, we have here our React Flow. We are importing our style.css. Here we have a node, we have an edge, and we have a basic flow here. It has a React Flow, and a React Flow has nodes and edges. We give it a fixed height, and here you can very easily see what the position is. So the position is at 100 pixels, and the Y is at 100 pixels, X is at 300, and Y is at 100. And here, what we do here is we have our edges, and we go from E1, edge 1 to 2. So we say our source is 1, and our target is 2, right? So you will see if we now want to drag or want to do something, or here I want to do something with it, I want to go here or something like that, it doesn't work. I cannot shake this up, right? So it's just because we now have our start and we have our next, right? And we have provided a position here from 100, here 100, and then here 300, right? You see here, but what we could do here is put it here 100, and here put 300. We save it, and if we now go here, you see he changes it, right? So it's very easy, but it's quite cool, I think. So the next one that I want to show is the editable flow, right? If we now go here, you see we have still our position x 100, here 300, and our initial edges to change or go from 1 to 2. But if we want to use here the unknown changes and edges and on edges changes, we can here provide the initial nodes of the useNodesState and of the useEdgesState, and we can connect them right here with the onConnect. We set the edges, and here we say on nodes change or on edge change, on connect. We want to do this. This is mainly to actually play around with your node so that you can here have a draggable possibilities with your node. Oh, I'm too quick here, you see, but yeah, we can do whatever cool things with it if we want. So if you want to build custom nodes, which is I think also very interesting to do so, we can do here custom node flow here, and I'm going to save it, of course. And if I go here to custom node, you see here we have a div with a padding 100 pixels, 14 pixels, a border 2 pixels, solid 444, and we have our background color, which I'm just gonna put it to red to really make a distinguishing thing here. But here we have our initial nodes, AID1 custom. The custom node that we're gonna put into, same things are still there, right? And what we now do here is we are going to put here node types custom node, Our custom node comes from here, right? And node types are being put as a property with our React flow. If we're now going to look in how this looks like, you see here, this is our custom node, right? And that's cool because now we can very easily manipulate certain things with our custom node. So right here we have our label custom node, and I could say number and 3, for example. And here if we go to our custom node, we could do here also something like this, right? Data dot number, and of course that's variable. So we need to provide that variable, right? So we are going to do that as well. If we now look into this, we see here that it's custom node and 3. So we could provide a complete data string to our nodes, and we can then make it look good, right? Well, I like the color light gray more, so I just changed it here to light gray, right? And you see here, what we also could do is provide, for example, the color. So I'm gonna here put this down the line, and then within our data we could, for example, also do color, and then here light gray, and here with our custom node could then put data.color. Save it, and then I go here towards my application, and you see here that it's light gray. Next one in the line is add nodes flow. So add nodes flow, I'm gonna save this, and we're gonna go to the add nodes flow, and here what you see here is we have a function add node, and we can set nodes here, right? And we say here that's the ID, that's the position. We do some randomization on top of it, and we give it data label new node. And here we have a button when we say, hey, we want to add a node, right? And you will see that it then adds a node. Here we set nodes, and then we use the nodes that we already have, and we add something on top of it. If we now go to the browser, here we can say we add different kind of nodes on top of it. Of course, they are not being provided next to each other, which is not nice, but yeah, you can then put these nodes together, for example, so you have some kind of a flow, right? And so last but not least, when we want to have a complete workflow editor, we can go here to workflow editor. We can save this, right? And if we go now to the here the workflow editor, right? You see here that we have our add nodes. We can here say log flow, where we want to log our flow. Here, for example, we have two things: our add node and our log flow, where we can export our flow, right? And here we see our randomness that we saw before, and our step, where we say here is our node.length plus 1. If we now look into the browser, how this looks like, we say, hey, I want to add a step. Of course, what I want to do is I want to go here, provide this one. I'm going to add a step. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to make this kind of flow right here. I want to go from step 3 to step 4. I want to add a step here. I'm going to add a step. Then I'm gonna combine that one. If I now do export flow, you see here that we have nodes, edges here defined. These are nodes, and our edges are being connected to each other, right? So I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something from it. I think it's a great one. React Flow, you can do a lot of cool things with it and create whatever you want actually out of it. If you want to connect certain datagrams, for example, want to create a data flow application within your company, well, I think React Flow is a really nice one. It's not that complicated to create it, and you can get it out of the box when you install it with React, right? So I think it's a very cool one. You can create complete editors out of it and create cool visual representations from it, right? So if you liked it, please give this a thumbs up. It really means a lot to me, and subscribe to my channel.